Wait a minute. Yeah. Oh boy.
Those spoopy sounds you hear.
What are you doing, Elston?
This is a fan remake of Castlevania 1.
Yeah, Dejawolf, I believe. It's the first level of Castlevania in the Unreal Engine, and to give you a slight bit of comparison, I thought,
Oh my goodness.
why not?
Whoa!
Why don't we load up the original and see how it compares?
4 Castlevanias.
The power of today.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to Laser Time Tuesday stream. We do have an Owlboy stream for you coming up. Can you tell where?
So it's Brett on the new one,
Yeah.
Chris on the old one.
And we recently ran all the way through Castlevania 1.
We did.
But you can find that on this channel, actually.
Indeed. And you did really well.
But yeah,
I went inside.
This is a gimmick where you could jump past it, but I'm assuming that's not really part of the demo yet. But yeah, this is a fan made remake in Unreal, like you said. Going for the first Castlevania. Obviously, it's not done. There's still a lot of work to go. The first 2 levels are playable on the demo that's made available just this past week, I think. But you know, the original Castlevania is one of my favorite NES games. This and Ninja Gaiden kind of have a special place in my heart. So I'm interested to see where this ends up. But right now, it's something fun to just turn on and look at, like how the lighting effects fly around, the moon coming in through the windows.
Oh, and it does have lighting effects.
Boy, does it! You're gonna see it in the next. So yeah, here's
see
where we
how
are.
the staircase compares.
This,
there's no
this
tiger.
wolf,
Oh, there is still.
It's a little panther. My main thing right now is like the wind up for this whip is awfully long. But I mean, the old one had that too. It's just I think a little more pronounced, and it just because it's still in development. Like, what exactly is his?
You can do it forward.
Yeah, you can go forward and in a little. I think maybe forward. But yeah, instead of winding up and just repeating hits, you kind of go left, right, which it just takes some getting used to.
Worth Nintendo, Sertango, Brendolf, Dehumidifier.
What is going on,
Welcome
people?
to Castlevania.
But yeah, right now there's still a lot of the same sound effects in there. Some kind of remix. I'm not sure if it's a newly made for this game or not. I'm not sure.
Me neither. Oh, taking a hit. Can't keep up with Elston over here. I'm doing my best.
He's got his little. So this would be Simon Belmont, which you would know from our timeline story.
Indeed.
We ran through the Castlevania timeline.
Yeah, you really streamlined that door transition in the new version.
It's not. It's thankfully not
So
present.
do you have? Oh, thank God.
That's
got
there.
meat!
That's there. Some of the others aren't, but again, it's,
That's the most iconic.
that's the
Meat and
most
Terror
the
game.
one that everyone would actually remember.
I mean, like top 5
Oh,
meats.
no.
That's number
Okay.
1.
I've had this happen before where
What happened?
I walk too far to the left, which kind of forks it, and it gets stuck over here. So
Can you get out?
No. I've had it happen before where I ended up just dying. Yeah, so I'll get hit by this bat enough.
There is a bat in there.
There's a bat.
Good,
Okay, that bat that you see on Chris's screen is currently
It's gonna go
Working you.
warping through.
currently menacing me on the other side. It'll find me, don't worry. And then I'll get hit, and then it'll spawn me back.
bat.
But you
you
gotta
hear the death noise in HT.
Yeah, and then it'll restart, and now we're back up here. But I like little things like having the cobwebs up front, but like I can never reliably hit that bat. I'm interested to see where this ends up because right now it's still pretty far out.
Yeah,
being
but
finished,
it's still fascinating to see.
I love little I don't know what is supposed to hit that bat really, but fine. Then you go down to the basement, which, as you know, if you played a lot of original Castlevania, the Merman.
Whoa, they look pretty good.
Which the stopwatch doesn't. Oh, it does work now.
Oh.
But so someone actually figured out. If you watch Chris's screen, if you bring it up again, I forget who pointed this out, but you're like, where do the fishmen pop up? Like, how do I know where they pop up and it just seems random sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, how would I know?
That was very frustrating.
But someone pointed it out, and once you see it, you're like, that's it. And it's like, how is this not just common knowledge in like first grade?
Oh, can you see it?
So watch, Chris. So here comes some fishmen, right?
Yeah.
So see where they popped up?
Yeah.
It should have been invisible right away. But if you go ahead and kill these guys, someone else will pop up. 2 more. And then that one. They only pop up where a candle is. And if you get rid of a candle, they still will pop up there. It's just wherever there was a candle.
Because they put them where you're going for.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So that was just like blah 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 blah. What? Which is fascinating to me. But so then you come out. It's also interesting to see this not as separate screens, but as one 3D world made in Unreal, which is kind of interesting to see. It creates some issues later, but but otherwise, like the item placement's the same, the enemy placement's largely the same.
Has there been a 2.5D official Castlevania remake?
Not a 2.5D, but like there's stuff like On Castlevania Chronicles, I think the arcade version or something was on there. That's very reminiscent.
Again, people, it'll look buggy, but again, this is like one dude making this inside of Unreal. Pretty neat.
Dejawolf.
Randolph says fan art is fine, but fan games? No.
Yeah.
I don't think Konami
Oh, so here's the bat.
can care.
Get up! Why are you not climbing? Get over it.
I bet you.
And right now the double doesn't actually throw 2 axes, which is unfortunate because
I bet you there are at least 6 people in the Konami office who are desperate for something to do and would love to make it a quest to get this thing off the internet and unmade.
I like this bat more than the one in.
oh boy, he's gonna blow up too.
Whoa!
Kabam!
The one in Castlevania on the NES always looked derpy to me,
I
like a
love that.
giant face.
I love that bat.
No.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of that bat just to spite you.
All right,
Man, taking that shit to the grave.
I called your bluff, man. You gotta get that tattoo.
On the bottom of my foot. So then you get into stage 2, which is the Medusa stage. Spoiler: Medusa's not in the demo yet. But this is where a hole will be.
Yeah.
And you'll walk in, and then that would spawn a crown, I think, down here. But that's not.
Oh yeah.
This reminds me when I would make Doom levels in the 90s, and I would like run into them and explore them and be like, oh, this didn't quite work out yet. This isn't finished. That doesn't look as well as I'd like it to. And then pop back in the editor and keep tinkering with the game. So it's kind of fun to. Look at a game in development like this, and Chris and I at our time at Capcom, like we played DuckTales Remastered a lot, and like I was playing a lot of the 2013 Strider or 2014.
That's just the old sprites they use for the.
And just seeing these games so far early, and like entire sections change, and this is a little different because you are trying to remake something.
Yeah, and I think the most jarring thing about the demo is like it is interesting how little some of the 2D stuff translates to an exact 3D recreation.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know, a little bit of polish and like refinement for 3D specifically. I think this game could be really cool.
Yeah, my main thing is just the way the whip swings and then the hit detection of it, because like it's hard to.
It looks like the Castlevania 64 whip.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's just hard to like time.
Reduce
Like
heads.
I don't know why some of these things don't connect, but.
Ninja says, I understand what this is. I don't understand why this is.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is the 30th anniversary this year,
Ah.
which you wouldn't know, because apparently we're the only people who celebrated it,
Yeah.
and a few other websites.
But we
around,
did
but,
in a big way.
A lot of other people.
Check it out on our YouTube channel, people.
So this is tough because of my inability to kind of track where the whip is going to strike.
So you're playing this as well as I played it in the NES version.
Really?
Which is,
The first Castlevania is so straightforward.
I could never do the Medusa sections right though.
But I love the enemy dying animations. I think that's really neat.
And you still have the weird jump physics where
This is
I'm trying to remember the thing.
I just can't like get
Oh,
up
actually,
on this.
yeah,
Like I'm
fucking,
totally at the mercy of does it detect me jumping or not?
Well, Simon Belmont's jumps so.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
You guys have to be careful.
Take a knee.
And like, yeah, the jumping whip is like, where is it? What exactly is it striking? But if you jump off of this, you retain the momentum.
And fall through the level.
Well, like if I do it here, like you jump kind of with the momentum of a runaway freight train, of the
How
moving
do you
platform.
stay so popular?
And there should be a
Jesus.
there's
J.J.
some,
Abrams, lens flare.
style flare going on here. Whoa!
Castlevania pachinko machine, whip the lever. This is Brandolph. Damn
there
you,
should be
collision
health around here, but still to come, I imagine.
And I believe this is the roughest part.
This is what I had most trouble because there's a ghost here that isn't
in
here.
a widescreen 3D world. It spawns a little earlier.
And like that. And like,
Castlevania.
Hey, you did it.
Konami did send a cease and desist letter. They just forgot to stamp it.
Chris, Dave, and Brett, what is your favorite Castlevania game? Symphony of Night's an easy choice, but like nothing will. I mean, I was still a big fan at that point, but Castlevania 4
I love
just
that.
blew my mind.
That the mode 7 stuff.
Yeah,
was really great. Oh, they get the 2 dinosaur heads right.
textures to come.
Yeah, that's still in the process here.
I'd have to say 3. That was the only one I ever owned.
It's the first one I beat that made me go back and play the other ones because I found the first one a little hard and the second one obtuse as shit.
Yeah, but 3 was also replayable in that, like, oh, well, this time I want to play more as Grant and Dynasty or the other person, the magician type.
Yeah, I think over time, like
we're gonna do Owlboy in just a second. Stick around because it looks great, or check it out on our YouTube channel. if you're watching later.
Oh,
We just wanted to show you this real quick.
But
it's
yeah,
the first level or two.
This is the
in,
end right here because
Yeah.
this boss doesn't activate and there's no Medusa. It should be Medusa, but it's not. Instead, the bat's kind of hanging out up there as a to come thing. So that's pretty much it. But it's still in development. Obviously, Dejawolf working on it, and it's just a cool fan project. So
Yeah,
hopefully. We'll watch it as it goes. Get some further iterations out throughout the year. But,
I think it's a big pile of neat, and you guys should. And we might follow it. We will try.
But I think at this point, Aria and Dawn of Sorrow are my two favorites. Like I absolutely adore those games.
Wait. Fuck. All right, but that's the end of that, people.